Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Lucey. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I've been in Greensboro for 20 years, and I specialize in sports medicine and joint replacement, mainly in the knee. So I originally got interested in orthopedics in high school anatomy class and was just blown away by God's design of the human body. And then when I went to college and played college soccer at Clemson, I ended up having an ACL injury, as well as most of the injuries that I treat today I've had at some point in my soccer career. So I went to Clemson University, and then once I graduated there, I went to medical school at MUSC, which is the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston. And then I did my orthopedic residency at Wake Forest University for 5 years. And then I went to Manhattan for my sports medicine and joint replacement fellowship. So I went to New York City to work with Dr. John Insall specifically. Dr. Insall is one of the godfathers of orthopedic surgery. He invented most of the surgeries that we do in the knee still today: ACL reconstruction, partial knee replacement, total knee replacement. He really described all of those, and so he was the one person that everyone pointed to as the master. And so I wanted to go spend a year with him, and was fortunate enough to be selected one of 4 fellows that got to work with Dr. Insall. After arriving to Greensboro, I started my practice and began to do a lot of different sports medicine relationships naturally. And one of the most exciting ones was with the U.S. women's national soccer team. With my background in soccer and it being a very close world, there are not a lot of us that ended up being orthopedic surgeons, and so they reached out to me. And from 2004 to 2014, I was one of their team physicians, and was fortunate enough to travel all over the world with them and see them win a lot of championships and take care of a lot of their injuries and build a lot of friendships. Really good people. Sports is really important for children for many different reasons. Most of the things that I learned as a person, I learned on the athletic field or on the court. You know, delayed gratification, working hard, how to work well with others, winning graciously, losing graciously. And just the basic benefits of heart health and so forth. So yeah, for sports medicine, one of the things that we do is we really try to coach families and clubs and communities and schools on how to appropriately use sports in the health of young children. So the most important things in life for me are pretty straightforward. I am a believer in Jesus Christ, and I love God with my whole heart. And after Jesus, my wife Stacy of 28 years is my best friend. We've been blessed with 3 children, Luke, Becca, and Jenna, and they've been just huge blessings in our lives. And then the community of friends that we have. And as believers, that's a very important part of who we are, is the people that we surround ourselves with and that we invest in. And it's just such a rich part of the abundant life that we live. My favorite part of being an orthopedic surgeon is probably just the opportunity, literally, to fix people. Just playing a part in the healing process is fascinating, but honestly, to make an incision and to use instruments to go in and change, to reconstruct something or replace something or fix something is just the coolest thing in the world to me. So as I'm entering the second half of my career, really, it's really a very interesting time. So our kids are all gone, and my wife and I have left the city and moved out to the country. So on a personal level, there's a lot of newness and freshness and fun. Professionally, it's also transitioning to where I really spend a great deal of time consulting and designing and doing a lot of other things besides surgery. I've helped design a couple of partial knee replacement implants. I've done a fair amount of stem cell research, knee surgery, and knee injections. And I've also championed movement of joint replacement from the inpatient hospital setting to the outpatient surgical setting to the ambulatory surgical center. So I do a lot of speaking and consulting in that space as well. And that's been a lot of fun because I get a nice balance between wearing a white coat and scrubs as well as a business suit. And it's just kind of been a nice, refreshing way to enter the second half of my career.